The Fallout show is unbelievably good, yes. The Fallout show is unbelievably good from the Actman. Let's clean our palates.
You've made your last delivery, kid.
Arcane, Edgerunners, The Last of Us, all landed on heads. And then you have...
Oh my goodness!
And of course, there's the fiasco with Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher show. So when I heard
that Henry Cavill leaving is like the quickest way to kill a franchise. Then her? Exactly. I'm a hobo and I could do it better.
Well, I was a little skeptical.
He judges all of them.
Skepticisms were laid to rest, and the only thing I could say was...
What in the goddamn?
I expected the Fallout TV series
Wait,
to
he's
be
talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! Damn.
average at best, but it is unbelievably good.
You want to make my cock explode now?
What? The Fallout show was...
Sorry, that was my reaction when I watched it in the show too. I just wish they were more consistent with his character, because at the beginning he was the weakest link for me. That's my only gripe with the show.
Produced by Jonathan Nolan, brother of Christopher
People on TV
Nolan.
is real?
If you know
What?
these guys, you know that they rarely miss. The TV show has renewed interest in the other Fallout games as well, causing a recent surge in their player counts. Likely because the show reminds people what they love about Fallout.
I have an idea. What if I were to do like a thumbs up?
I love that. Yeah, I even started Fallout 4, which I should have played today, but I'll play it tomorrow.
Spoiler free. But if there is something I want you to experience in the show yourself, then I'll put something up on screen. This video has no sponsor because it's sponsored by me.
Cringe!
And my public Discord server, the Act Clan, which you should join right now. It's a great place to talk about games, shoot the shit, and just have a good
Imagine just liking stuff and not getting paid to do anything about it. Cringe as fuck.
time. We also
Aaron,
have
I guess
channel
it's
where you
fake.
can
Yeah,
post
I'm
fan
fake.
edits. And
That's because my name isn't
you know what,
Aaron.
this place
Oh
is
my
cursed.
god.
I'm actually going to delete it. The show follows a trio
So
of main
glad my
characters.
scuffed
Lucy,
face
a member
server
of
is
Vault 33 who goes into
gone.
the wasteland to rescue
I just
her
couldn't
dad,
keep getting hit like
Abdul,
that.
aka Cooper, a former movie star turned bounty hunter, and Maximus, a member of the Brotherhood of Steel who has aspirations of becoming a knight. Now I'm going to assume you're familiar with the premise of Fallout. Nuclear warfare threatens the world. Company named Vault-Tec is contracted by the government to create fallout shelters, aka vaults.
And they're
Nuclear
Satan.
war does break out in 2077. Hundreds of years pass. Well, let's open the vaults and see what the world is like. What the fuck is that? The Fallout universe is expansive indeed.
What the
I
fuck
mean,
is
these
that?
are RPGs you can play for thousands of hours. There's 27 years worth of lore and backstory to tap into. So translating that to the big screen was probably the hardest thing about making
I'm
this
deli run because I'm deli running from my problems. Yeah, they made this side character really interesting
show.
for me. I really
But
like
they've managed
everything
to
happening in the
capture
vaults.
The essence of what makes Fallout Fallout. But just like the games, it's not solely about the main objective. It's also about the breadth of side content and side
ADs.
characters. There are tons of quirky, funny people that populate the wasteland, and they do
Oh
a
my
great
god,
job of
I completely forgot about the guy that was fucking the chicken. Oh my god, I was like, I don't know what I was expecting when he was like, when he stopped and it was like, he's gonna have done something bad, I can feel it. And then he's like, oh dude, I was just kicking his ass because he kept fucking my chickens. And I was like, I don't know what I was expecting.
illustrating how people have adapted to this new world. I figured we should talk about the criticisms and get those out of the way, because there's not too many.
No
The
job,
biggest and
bad
obviously
job,
most
bad. Don't tenderize chicken. Hey Nick, have you not watched the Fallout show?
important critique. Ron Perlman doesn't voice the intro.
Series of you freaking
F
out
in
now.
the chat.
I'm tempted to play a lot of them, but I want to finish 4 first and then see what I'll play next.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but war.
Ron Perlman has been in every Fallout, so it's a little disappointing that he's not here. Regardless, the show still has a fantastic opening
Was he
sequence.
damn?
The show also doesn't go out of its way to explain
War
all of
is
the tech
bad.
and lore.
You should, it's good. I should do a watch along at some point. Maybe when, as celebration for finishing Fallout 4 the game, on the Discord we'll watch it. Seeing I have Amazon Prime because
the
I'm a
universe,
sucker.
so if you're not already familiar with Fallout, some things might be confusing or unclear, but because the show is good, that'll make people curious in the lore, and they'll want to look things up. You know, what are the other vaults like? Some of the fight choreography.
They got me with that.
mostly like
That's what got me into the game, trying it. It was because I was like, let me look up some lore about the vaults. And that's how I've started. It's like, god damn it.
hand-to-hand combat stuff can
And
look
Spider,
a little
welcome in.
soft. Sometimes characters are put in really dangerous situations and they just kind of bullshit their way through it. But the biggest complaint I've been seeing is about retconning. The history and lore of Fallout is really fucking cool. The series has been around since '97, so naturally fans want to protect that, especially since the show has been confirmed as canon, so it needs to line up with the other games. Now, I'm no expert on the lore of Fallout, and typically I'm not—
So old, the 90s. I'm just with the one guy, terrifying. In the vault that's filled with all guys, one woman, terrifying. Lore is always fun.
one who obsesses over
what,
lore
the
in
hello
video
to you or
games
something
and
else?
consistent timelines and all that. It's pretty easy for me to suspend my disbelief if what I'm watching
but I
or
wanna
playing
play
is amazing,
too.
entertaining, and
play
immersive
too.
enough. But since the show has been confirmed as canon, this is a new direction for the Fallout series. It could have a huge impact.
It's kind of terrifying. Don't they just milk him to death or something? Like, and soon as he's not needed, they're like, but get out of here. And then, like, in the girl vault, she's just, like, passed around and all her sons are killed or something, so there's not more men. It's, like, fucked up. And there's, like, they're fighting each other, so both are fucking terrible.
On the next game. Obviously,
Yep,
people don't want
apparently.
Bethesda to fuck that up. Now, this is my perspective as a Halo fan. If retcons and lore consistency are the biggest complaints people have, that's a good problem to have. The producers of the Halo show created an entirely new timeline just to fuck it up and intentionally ignore the lore of Halo. That's how far they wanted to go in the not Halo direction. So often we see adaptations
Yeah, I really
that
don't
look—
get that, because, like, the thing is, what's the point of making a game if it has nothing to do with it?
and feel nothing like
I
the
don't think
source
they fully
material.
say why
What I'm
he's
trying to
suppressed
say
or that he dies. That's
is that I'm bitter.
but he does
I'm
die
bitter
just like
that
the
you guys
woman.
have a great show. And it's not to say you can fuck with the lore as much as you want as long as the end product is good. But it's nice
Nope.
to keep things in perspective.
Exactly.
You know? The show is great, it's entertaining, it 100% feels like Fallout in every way, and that's what makes the Fallout TV series so awesome. Its identity and tone.
Goosey McLean.
Oh, no, it's Lucy.
Something you wouldn't know about, would you, Roxas, seeing there's no women to nag you? Ha ha ha, overused jokes. Women nag men. Jesus.
Nope.
No
It
maidens.
says Goosey.
Fallout is part post-apocalyptic depression-fueled nightmare and part hilarious dark comedy. They absolutely nailed this vibe.
You're a coward.
Yeah, but
You know that shit?
We all are, Norm. That's why we live in a vault.
You can tell that great care was taken to
Yeah, I
get
like
the
this
details,
character.
the intricate
It was good.
subtleties just right.
They take away
Sound
from my
effects
Master
like
Duel
the
puns.
radiation
Oh my
are
God.
there. There's a lot of things hardcore fans will notice and appreciate. I don't think there was ever a joke in the show that made me roll my eyes, groan, or sigh. No Marvel-esque, uh-oh, he's behind me, isn't he? The humor lands, and it's funny. A lot of
yeah,
the jokes are
I think that's the
purely
biggest
visual.
thing.
There's
When a
one
show
part-
is actually funny, you get so much more leeway because, you know, you can laugh even if it has some bad points. You can have a good time because it is actually funny.
where this character Thaddeus is waiting for pickup at a radio station, and he's talking to the radio operator who's trying to tell him about how nobody appreciates the music he plays. And Thaddeus is just like, oh yeah, cool. Then it zooms out and he says,
Great job on these booby traps, by the way. Really good. Hey, thanks.
and it's like, all these people died because they wanted to confront the radio guy over the shitty music he played. The show is also
Yes.
wildly out of pocket.
I
at
love the
times.
voice actor they got for that because I love his kind of comedy that he does in a lot of stuff. Gotta be funny bad. Exactly. I feel like comedy lines people's expectation. So
Sex?
You mean use my cock?
Yeah.
Men will get a signal
I can't. I do love how they also pulled in that she doesn't like sex is just a good time kind of thing. You want a baby, you get a baby. Like kind of thing. Like I love how there's like intricate parts of her personality that make sense from being raised in a vault. That was funny.
like
Yes.
this and straight up be like, I wonder if she's into me. You'll be blindsided by some crazy shit that happens. If you don't audibly shout, what the fuck at least once while watching this, then you are a robot who cannot feel emotion. It's time to power off. Lucy is from Vault 33, and most of the vaults have some kind of experiment on the people in
that
them.
vault made
So
me
each
want to
group of
die. I
vault
was like,
dwellers is kind of weird and different in their own way. Lucy comes from a vault where everyone is super optimistic, naive, soft, and kind. And so much of the comedy revolves around the contrast between, you know, her obnoxious, upbeat attitude and what's really outside of the vault. They do a fantastic job of showing what life and culture is like in this vault. At one point, they hold an election for new overseer, and one of the candidates says,
You ran a great campaign.
I know. Must have put 10 posters up.
What you gotta do when you put a few posters up and let democracy run its course.
That is so loud. Oh my god.
Ella Purnell, the actress for Lucy, said she wanted to approach the role like Ned Flanders in the apocalypse. This is the most accurate description of her character. She's fucking awesome. Throughout the show, she almost reflects like the player's experience playing Fallout for the first time. You know, initially you start off naive, like, well, how bad could it be? And by the end, you're like, this place is fucking awful. Lucy's character arc going from naive vault dweller to woman of the wasteland is a really interesting one.
Yes.
Now, it wouldn't be Fallout if there wasn't some extreme violence and gore. And to be honest, the show kind of drops the ball here. It's really tame. We do a little trolling. No, the violence is insane. Exactly like the games. People get their legs blown off. They get dismembered, decapitated. And the effects are amazing. A lot of times I can't tell what, if anything, is CG or green screened. The show is simply a spectacle to watch. At one point in episode 2,
I would just say a couple things look a little dorky, and that's
why are
it.
they
That's
using
about it.
so much slow-mo? Then I realized I'm a fucking idiot. They're recreating the iconic cinematic kill cam. It's amazing. Mwah. It's so good. Now that I think about it,
you
I
look
don't know if I
dorky,
saw any
guys.
energy
You look
weapons or
dorky.
laser guns in the show. But there's so much from Fallout to tap into, and we gotta have stuff for season 2, right? There's a language to cinema that has not been ignored. The Fallout series does a lot of showing. Scenes are often carried by the expressions of the actors. They dictate a scene and tell us more than words could.
Yeah,
everyone's
that's
acting
the thing.
is fucking
I do like they
phenomenal.
used a lot of
brevity
practical
is
effects.
the soul of wit. They go for a less is more approach with dialogue.
Yeah,
And this
I
works
have
really
great
well in
comebacks.
scenes where Norm is uncovering the dark secrets of the vault and what's really going on. And one of my pet peeves in storytelling is when I notice that I'm being fed exposition. Like when characters talk in a way that feels like they're speaking to the audience, they're just not looking at the camera. Bugs the shit out of me, takes me out of the story. But in the Fallout show, I get so wrapped up in what's happening that I forget when scenes are meant to inform me of something important. This is a sign of well-written, thought-out dialogue that lets the viewer feel like they're uncovering things with the character and not just being told about them, if that makes sense. What makes the show so easily...
Guys, I'm here to give you some information. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to come visit us on Twitch. Dun 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 dun! I was waiting for my moment. But yeah, I would say they did a great job with that, because I was actually like amped up waiting for the information to be given to me. Like I was... Like, they did a great job for that.
Is how it pays service to the fans. With numerous references, callbacks. Every episode had me like, yo, that's that thing from the games that I'm not gonna explicitly mention because you should watch the show yourself so you can have that oh shit moment like I did. Now, I've been bringing up a lot of things that the Fallout show doesn't do, mistakes it doesn't make.
That's the thing I would say. Like, I come from the experience of I didn't play the games. I didn't start the games until after the show. So, yeah, I'm a noob. It's okay. I heard of them. I just didn't know. I don't know why I never gave them a shot for some reason.
And I think that's equally important to what it does well when making a show like this. Because if the fan service is too on the nose, too blatant, you know, it can feel like a, Fallout's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, you like that? You like that shit? And there's never a moment like that. Everything feels natural. It's just the right amount. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched the entire show. I'm gonna mention some references, Easter eggs, and cameos. that I thought were really fucking cool. So if you want to have those shit moments.
This is part of a worthless dream, no one freak out. But no, you worthless bitch. Drop out, Stratos. I did not try and pet a Deathclaw. Chat tried to make me pet a Deathclaw, but I didn't. And then one time when they said I could fight it with a suit, I called them motherfuckers because they were trying to get me killed. So, no, because I watched the show, so I still had a vague idea what a Deathclaw was. Because I looked up the cookbook, and there was Deathclaw soup. And then I looked up what a Deathclaw is. So I didn't do it. Bitch. You worthless bitch. Let's continue.
Moments yourself. Skip to the timestamp.
I don't know how strong power
Right,
armor
now that
is. It's
just
my
me
first
and
time.
Me and the real Fallout fans. How about that fucking Mr. House cameo? That was awesome. And all those scenes where Norm is like, you know, on computer terminals, I was just waiting for the hacking screen to pop up. And when it did,
I still don't understand hacking screens.
I got so hyped on that. I was like, there's no way Norm's gonna fucking crack this password. And then of course he did. But Norm has obviously spec'd into science and intelligence. You know, little stuff like that.
Spec'd into
gets
science and
people excited. One of my favorite lines of dialogue that summarizes Fallout and Elder Scrolls better than any sentence ever has.
What about the
head? I need the head to get my dad
Yeah, well, the Wasteland's got its own golden receiver.
Oh, what's that?
Thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit.
I'm surprised that's not a meme guys are using. I need the head. Give me the head. It's so fucking sus out of context. I didn't even notice.
Bruh, it's exactly like the games. I also thought it was hilarious when Knight Titus is fighting the Yao guy, and he just starts running away like, fuck, 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 shit, shit, shit.
Oh my god, I did laugh so hard at this. Fuck, fuck.
Because even when you have power armor, that still happens in the games. That moment when Lucy is in Vault 4 and she holds up the NCR flag as the Fallout theme plays. Fan service done right. Spoilers over. Another way they pay.
Yeah, I heard it was more hardcore about it.
Ripping some of the most iconic tracks from the games.
The Fallout people want head.
Best bops from the series in here. They have music that was featured in the games, but also entirely new tracks. And they fit so well within the scenes that I'm like, did they come up with this song for this scene? Because it always seems to match the lyrics with what's happening on screen. It's uncanny. When Maximus and Lucy are
hearing
walking
the
along
lyrics.
some railroads, it plays a version of I've Been Working on the Railroad. There's a ton of examples. Watch the show yourself and see how many you can find. Also, you might notice that the outro for each episode has that slow moving zoom out that you see at the start of Fallout 3 New Vegas and the first game. It's such a nice detail. The show does a really great job of exploring the themes of Fallout in new and interesting ways. It's a very deep narrative that you'll feel rewarded for paying attention. There's a lot of foreshadowing.
That is the thing, that there is a lot of like flashbacks. What you're doing, what are people doing in the vault and doing at different places. And somehow they make every aspect interesting, realistically, which is a lot to say, seeing a lot of shows do flashback kind of setting up lore badly.
That can probably go over your head, and watching it a second time, you'll be like, oh. Now, I haven't played all the games, but I believe that a lot of the pre-war stuff that happened is rarely covered in Fallout or shown. The show does a fantastic job of swapping between past and present and seeing how things led to nuclear war.
Yeah, but there's Fallout, there's flashbacks in this, so, because it's a completely story-based, not gameplay-based, and I kind of like it. Well, technically you don't get flashbacks, but you do start Fallout 4 before the bombs go off, so you get a vague look at before the bombs, so, but yeah, I mean, particularly in the show.
Why?
I'm sorry, I only speak English in here, homie.
Into what's happening
it's
in
all
the
I know.
present is phenomenal. You slowly understand what's happening in the present and how what happened in the past caused the bombs to drop. The Fallout show may have some flaws, and people who, you know, really care about
or
the
I can
lore
call
may
you
not
very
care
pretty
for it,
and
but
finished.
it's
That's all I
extremely
got.
faithful to the source material. For me, it's everything and more I could have hoped to see from a Fallout show. At least a Fallout show that runs for 8 hours. Can't fit everything into a single season.
hablo
And can I
español.
just say,
Sorry.
the ending?
I don't know if
The
that is
final
actually
shot?
Spanish or is that...
For me, the show
See,
does
I just
so
saw the
much right
C and I
that what it
assumed-
does
I don't know.
wrong can easily be overlooked in my eyes. swept out of my brain. When the audience knows and can feel the passion you have for the source material and you clearly respect it, you can get away with some mistakes. This is a show that I could recommend to pretty much everyone.
Exactly.
Fans of Fallout,
Thank
gaming
you.
fans who have never played Fallout, or people that don't even play video games. Take notes, other video game adaptations. This is how you tap into the elusive, broader audience. By staying true to what made the source material appeal to a broader audience in the first place. I cannot wait for the next season. I am looking forward to it. I have just been installing a bunch of mods to go replay New Vegas again. There's a lot of potential with the Fallout show. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments
Do not
below.
do that.
Who was
Australia
your
is just
favorite
Mad
character?
Max.
What was your favorite scene? Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. Also, come join the Act Clan and engage.
I do enjoy his videos. They're fun and it's like kind of relaxing because of his voice. But also, no, it isn't. Australia is not Fallout. It's more Mad Max. How dare you? But yeah, I do love the conspiracy theories because Fallout made a thing that they won't make a game outside of America. That the Fallout, like, end of the world scenario only happened in America. And everyone just like, I ain't going to that hellscape. Like, after it happened, they're just like, I'm just choosing to not get involved.